Ayatollah Ali Khamenei has declared that Tehran will not bow to pressure from the United States. Speaking at a mosque in Tehran, Khamenei has accused Washington of trying to subjugate Iran. Calling the ongoing standoff with the United States unsolvable, he reaffirmed that Iran's nuclear ambitions are solely for peaceful purposes, rejecting Western claims that it seeks to develop nuclear weapons. Let's listen into what he has said.
امروز به حمدالله کشور متحده. امروز مردم متحدن. اختلاف سلیقه هست. اختلاف سلیقه سیاسی اجتماعی وجود داره. لکن در دفاع از نظام، دفاع از کشور، ایستادگی در مقابل دشمن، این کسانی که تحلیل میکنن که چرا با آمریکا مذاکره مستقیم نمی کنید، مسائلتون حل نمی کنید، به نظر من ظاهر بینن. باطن قضیه این نیست. این مسئله حل نشده نیست. او میخواد که ایران گوش به فرمان آمریکا باشه. ملت ایران از چنین اهانت بزرگی به شدت رنجیده میشه.
Amid ongoing nuclear talks with European powers, Khamenei also blamed foreign efforts to sow internal discord in Iran, but asserted that the nation remains united in the face of external threats. His comments come 2 months after a brief but intense war with Israel and the U.S. further escalating tensions in the region. With talks stalled after Israeli and U.S. airstrikes on Iranian nuclear sites in June, Khamenei's remarks underscores Tehran's resolve to resist foreign demands as it faces mounting pressure over its nuclear program. Now, for this discussion, we are joined by Colonel Sanjit Sirohi. He's an international relations and defense expert, joins us live from New Delhi. Thank you for joining us today. Welcome to NewsX World. Could this rhetoric be aimed more at a domestic audience by Khamenei since it was in a mosque? Could you hear me? Hello, Colonel.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can I repeat the question, please?
Yes. So I'm asking if Khamenei's speech, do you think this rhetoric was more aimed at a domestic audience than actual foreign policy escalation?
Absolutely. Firstly, thank you very much, Asuma, for inviting me at your channel and for discussing a very, very important topic. Now, what Khamenei has talked about is, I think it is you're absolutely right that it is basically for the domestic consumption. But if you see in last few days, the defense minister has also talked about Aziz Nazirazad. He has also talked about that they have made a new missile, manufactured a new missile, which is much better than the older versions, which were used during this 12 days of war between Israel and Iran. So if you look at it, although Ayatollah Khamenei, whatever he is saying is absolutely right, because if you go back in history, in 2015, when JCPOA was signed by America, European leaders, and Iran, that was the time when it was decided that Iran will not be going that far for enrichment of the uranium. But in 2018, Donald Trump, in his first term, he left this program, and after that, the Iranians, they started doing what they have done so far. So I think when he says it is unsolvable, it means that America at that point of time, if he had not left, Donald Trump had not left this program, then things would have been different what they are today. Now, if you see that most of the things which are happening are because when the 5 rounds of talks have been successfully conducted, before the 6th round of talk was to be conducted on 15 June, on 13 June, Israel attacked Iran. So I think there is a lack of trust between Iran, Israel, and American. That's why Mr. Khamenei is talking about that this issue is unsolvable. Asuma.
And Colonel, building on your answer, how does Ayatollah Khamenei's firm stance against the U.S. shape Iran's regional positioning at this point in time? What do you think?
look, it is absolutely clear what Ayatollah Khamenei is talking about is that he also knows that Israel doesn't want him to stay there where he is now. They want a regime change. Now, if Ayatollah Khamenei has to stay as the supreme leader of Iran, then he has to talk about the Iranian people. And that's why he's talking about that this is a solution which cannot be solved. And I think to some extent what he's saying is correct, as I mentioned, that although the ceasefire was conducted, but their defense ministry talking about that this ceasefire is not this thing permanent and the war can start anytime. So there is a rhetorical statements given by both the defense minister and Ayatollah Khamenei, and the point is that it is being said that although the ceasefire is there, but how long it will last, it all depends on how Israel, America, and Iran they come to terms as far as the nuclear testing program is concerned.